right, as you see, everything went well. It spools up pretty quick. We got to adjust the boost off. It takes a little bit of time to come up a little bit higher, but it does hit the RPM on the thing, so that's good. That's just a little bit offset, and that's changing. So it's no biggie. But the one thing we want to do now before we change anything and start to strip it all ourselves, let's go ahead and do the cam swap now. We got it in the air. I'm going to drain the radiator. My only biggest worry is this pipe right here may be in my way. Past Kevin may have just completely dry humped future Kevin, but we're going to find out here in a minute or shortly. But doesn't look good for the home team. Does not look good for the home team. So there'll be some cutting going on here apparently as a welding back. Kind of sad, but I'll get used to it, okay? But anyway, we're going to go ahead and drain the radiator, get the radiator out, get this front little piece of grill out here. We know that's in the way. Then obviously the water pump will come off, the balancer will come off, then the front cover comes off. And we at some point in the middle of all of that, we'll jump around, pull the breathers off of it, take the coils off of it, take the rockers loose, pull them up, take the push rods out. That way we rotate the camshaft over before we pull it out and stick our two 5/16 dowel rods in through the cam holes. And you say, what the hell are you talking about, Kevin? Let me show you. Okay, well now you're looking at me instead of what I turn around. You're cooking propane. Hole there, just 18 inches long. Dowel rod there. After you turn your camshaft over, it'll capture your lifters up here. You do that, the lifters are guaranteed not to fall through. Now, if your lifter trays are pretty new, you probably get by without doing it. If you're on a junkyard motor with 875,000 miles and you're jamming your Ching Chang Chong sloppy stage 5 in there, you might want to put the dowels in there. But hey, you do you, boo-boo. I've done it. They didn't fall. It's not. Plenty of people do it, but I'm going to just put them in the safety insurance. Trays are new with the motor, but the motor is now 2 years old, so we're going to kind of just in case. The radiator's out. That's relatively painless. Made a minor mess here. Minor mess. Don't worry. So yeah, that's out. So we'll take this little piece here out, and then we'll proceed with the disassembly of the front part of the motor, which is not that bad. It's no big deal. It's just a process. It's a bunch of little tiny things, but it's nothing that can't handle. So like this will come out, then we'll take the belt off, and we'll go ahead and pull the water pump off of it. Most likely we'll leave this in place because that ain't gonna hurt nothing, and it's a nightmare to get on and off anyway. So here we go. We got this is our little temp thing and steam port there. We'll save that right there for later. It'll be in my way when I go pull the valve covers, but I'll learn to live with it. I'm gonna leave the plug wires attached on the bottom because they're pains in the butt because they're the ceramic ones, because I should have put stock manifolds on here, but I wanted to be bougie, and yeah, now I get to play with those dumb plugs where I could just run regular plugs. Wires. Duly noted, duly noted. However, if I would have had a pair of stock manifolds when I built this thing, I probably would have used them, but I remember I looked, I couldn't have it. All I had ones that were cut up and they were not going to work. Maybe I should have went to the junkyard and got a set. But next to relation, it'll just have cast iron manifolds with the pieces welded onto them, V-bands. But not this time. Water pump is off. We're going to take the oil drain off. Then we're going to pull this off, and we're going to just go ahead and get the front cover completely off. Then we'll do all this stuff up here. So let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I got to do it. Okay. Well, I got a wrench. Does that count? This is a redneck ratchet. It's one size fits all. Hey, boys and girls, we are back. You can see the front cover is off. The motor's a TDC1. We're dot on dot. So you have 6 o'clock on the top one, 12 o'clock on the bottom one. All the rockers are off. All the push rods are out. Same on this side here. So what we're going to do next is we'll take the cam bolts off. We'll take the timing chain off. We'll put the bolts back in with the gear, and we're going to rotate this camshaft around so we pin our lifters up, and then we're going to slide our dowel rods in once the thing's off. And we got to take, before I do slide the dowel rods in though, I'm going to take the cam retainer plate off. So I'm probably a wee bit ahead of myself, but I'm going to go ahead and rotate it around. Then I'll take the cam retainer plate off. So let me get those 3 8mm out, and we're there. You can see nothing exotic there. That's as basic as it gets. Just like that, now we know the lifters won't fall in the oil pan. They probably wouldn't have, because like I said, my trays are not that old. But just in case. So now we're going to get the water pump bolts. We'll put them in the cam. We're going to hit the cam out and see if this pipe's going to get in my way. And I got a 5 on it. That is all in my way. So I'm not going to record me pulling this cam out because there's going to be a lot of profanity involved, because I'm going to be really mad at myself. No one else's fault but my own. Cam is out. Yeah, I had to do that. I can fix it. Don't worry. That's just annoying. One more step in the process. Future Kevin now knows not to do that. Rebuild the hot side coming later this year. This is one that come out. BTR stage 3 turbo cam. This is the custom ground. Well, let's pull the specs out and we'll go over them with you. Read this off. This cam right here is a stage 3 turbo cam from BTR. It's 230, 235, 16, 614, 114 plus 4. So that is one hell of a wide LSA. This cam right here is a 227, 239. It is a 602, 612, 114. It appears that it's a 2. So a little bit tighter on the LSA. A little bit tighter. The lift pretty much a wash. Obviously that's bigger lift. That one has just a smidge more duration on the intake. Has less on the exhaust. So, but this cam was spec'd for a, I think it's 380 bore 5.3 with S488 turbo on it. I'm a 378 bore 5.3 with S480 turbo, so that's close enough in our world. We're going to go with it. This is generally for a big cubic inch motor, so generally bigger than a 5.3. Okay, so that was a little ambitious, and let me show you some stuff here. We got some issues we want to show. I know the lifters are okay because we've already previously pulled them and checked them, and they were fine, but it had some issues that we had to take care of on it. You can see right there. That was stuff that was known when we put it in, okay? Because we were really, really tight on the budget when we put this camshaft in. Right here we go. That's the bad one right there. That thing has a little bit of wear on it. It's smoother to touch, believe it or not, so it's not effing up the lifters. So they're safe, but holy crap. That is definitely down low. I wish I could measure that. I don't have a micrometer here. But you could just tell the difference there. You can definitely tell the difference. So that's why we wanted to change it, because we figured it was not helping any causes there. Like I said, we know the lifters are 100% good because we actually checked them a few weeks ago when everything was off of it, just to make sure the head gaskets were hunky-dory, and replaced them, and they were good. That's what I did when y'all weren't watching. We're gonna put some lube on this camshaft. Do it the hard way here. We'll get the bolts on it in a second. We're just gonna use motor oil because it's a hydraulic roller, so it doesn't really need anything more than motor oil. That's all it needs. It's a good coating motor oil on it. When you say motor oil that's in it, so it's Valvoline VR1 2050. Here we go. Get it in here. We're gonna get this other one to roll up here. Get a little oil on that. Put some of this lid here. And just make sure we coat everything. Everything's thoroughly oiled inside already. Just like I said, this motor's been ran. It's not like it's brand new. If it's brand new, we might put some assembly lube on it, but it is not brand new. The cam's not new and the motor's not new, so don't see it being a big issue. And believe it or not, the cam bearings are still in astonishingly great shape because they were new 2 years ago when we put the motor together. On that up, there we go. All right, now the cam is in, so now all the fear of dropping the lifters is over. That is definitely a non-issue now. So we're going to pull the dowel pins out and put the cam retainer plate back on. This is part when they would tell you in the tech tip that hey, put a new retainer plate on it. We don't do that around here. Once again, this plate was brand new when we put the motor on, so it'd be hunky-dory for what we were doing. Let's see if I get my hands ungreasy so I can touch the screen, because this is not good. But I believe that camshaft should do the good for us, because yeah, that's nice. There we go. So now we can do the disassembly, and that means we got to weld the hot side again. No biggie, no biggie. I'll just use them over the thing couplings there, so I don't have to butt weld it. I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up, make sure ain't no metal inside of it. So I won't be able to put anything inside of it when I do it. Cut my finger, ouchies. I'm gonna get the file out, clean all that up. Don't want no loose ends inside of there, because I do not want to mess my turbo up. So let me get my magnet and my vacuum cleaner and clean the inside of this out. I'm gonna file it, then I'm gonna vacuum it. Alrighty, we have a dot on dot. Don't look that blue, it's been there 2 years, it'll be there again. We have the dot on the bottom facing 12, and that little mark right there is facing 6, and that's what we want. And you see we are 1X cam gear. We do not use the one in the back, we use front, because this is a Gen 4 block. There's the wire there, see? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Someone corrects me in the back. I know they're gonna say, wait a minute, Gen 4 is 58X and 4X. Yeah, I know, but it has an LS2 crank in it, so 24X. Put a 1X in it. You can do that. You can mix, match, do whatever you want. It's fine. Alrighty, we're about done with it. We got to wrap some stuff up. Obviously, we got to put the header wrap back on the hot side because it's ugly. Because, well, I'm ugly and the car's ugly and that's ugly, so we're going to deal with it. Water pump back on. We did run into a minor problem where it wouldn't start. The weirdest thing in the world. You drive a car in running, you take absolutely barely minimum off, and then it doesn't run. Somewhere there's a short in this because I was getting a no RPM signal. So I went to my coil a fuse, took one side loose, replaced the fuse because it popped it right again, took the other side loose, replaced the fuse, started it, obviously didn't start because it didn't have no coils at that point, but you see what I'm saying, I turned it over and didn't pop the fuse. So luckily I had two of these laying around extra, swapped them out, fires right off. Crazy. That's just the way it goes around here. But anyway, I got a few things to clean up on the front of this car, get it back together. It'll be back running and driving tomorrow, but it's supposed to rain in the morning. Maybe it'll dry out later when we take it down the road. We are gonna let it warm up. We gotta do some tuning on it because clearly that cam is different than the one we had. And it sounds way better. But we're not going for sound, we're going for fast. So I don't want to say I'm going for fast. I'm going for mediocrely quick, okay? I just want to be quick. Not fast, quick. But anyway, I think we're well on our way there. Big thank you to once again to Boostismyfriend for the camshaft, because that was old out of his car. And that should hurl this little hunk of trash right on down the track, we hope. Transmission's working Gucci and fantastically great. Shit's really, really quick. The car, as you saw, spools up really fast. So it's 4 seconds is on the two-step. Got to obviously speed up on the boost building part because, that take a little bit longer. But it is building boost really quick, and it was targeting 10 and it hit 10. So just speed that up a little bit there, and I think we're on path with it. Now we're going to have to change a little bit probably because the cam's going to change a few things that probably might help it. So before we go getting crazy on the tuning, we're going to see how it does. But we are going to have to obviously adjust the VE table and stuff because this camera is going to act just a wee bit different. But we can figure that out. It's not a big deal. And I'm happy as a pig in poo-poo right now. We're going to wrap it up for the night. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best over here. I'm trying. I said cam swapping today. Well, almost done. But yeah, I got other things I got to go take care of. But other than if it wasn't for that, I'd stay here and finish this up. But I need to take care of some stuff. So y'all can relate. You have things in your life that you just can't play race car all day. So unfortunately, my race car playing time is, well, way past time. But it took me a little longer than I planned on today. Like I said, cutting that hot side was not in the plan, but past Kevin really dry humped the heck out of future Kevin there. And obviously we're going to change the hot side at some point because we want to move the turbo, but it doesn't matter. It's back together. We got to touch up a few spots on it, wrap it back up, and then get the water pump on, get the radiator on. And then this thing's ready to go back and for us to get some final numbers on it and get some tuning done on it. And hopefully this two things here we've done will rapidly increase the ETs on the car. That transmission refresh with the valve body should help it a lot. And this cam should do wonders for it. It already sounds way better. So anyway, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Peace and chicken grease.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna